With the rise of AI, what are the consequences for us and the world um, as a whole? So, I've been looking at the rise of AI for more than, say, 10 years. The development I've seen um, from the videos I've seen and the information I've read, it's not going to take too long before AI replaces millions of jobs, like not just in the UK or the West, but across the world. There's going to be huge technological disruption and societal impact as well. I don't think there will be a community that won't be affected. So, how are we going to prepare for that type of disruption? And what are the consequences for nations, for ethnic groups? For minorities who are already facing hardships, because being a minority in any nation is always difficult. So as brown men, as brown people, we face a lot of hardships that the majority may not know or may not see, because they grew up in different circumstances, and they might not have seen the struggles we face. We don't see the struggles they face. So everyone has their own point of view and perception. But with the rise of AI, there's going to be a lot of changes, and I would like to explore what does it mean for whole communities, and what do you think is going to happen in your own personal circumstances when or if AI starts to take jobs and starts impacting your life directly. I don't think it's a question of if, I think it's a matter of when. Some people say 2050 is going to be the main breaking point, or the main breakthrough, where the so-called AGI, which is artificial general intelligence, robotics, is going to come online. But a lot of people then started assessing that and thinking it was uh, far too late. They think it's going to come earlier, so they started revising and saying actually the date could be 2030. But now people are even revising that and say they could be early as 2027, which is like only 2 years away. And that means, if a lot of manual jobs are going to be taken over by robots, all these jobs, they are called blue collar jobs, warehouse jobs, admin jobs. These are white collar jobs, office jobs. They will be taken over. Companies will be looking to maximize profit. Already we know they don't really care about their staff and the well-being of their workforce. So, we've seen a lot of job cuts lately in the IT industry. We will see a lot more in the logistics and warehouse side of things as well, with robotics, with these AGI robots doing a lot of the heavy lifting and a lot of the repetitive mundane tasks. So what does that mean for humanity? Like, how are nations going to gather their income? Governments will need to start preparing for these kind of things, because if people are not paid, people can't progress in life, people can't feed themselves. There's going to be huge civil disruption. People have talked about UBIs, which is Universal Basic Income, which I think will have to come in place, because as these companies start making profits from not having staff uh, doing the jobs. As we all know, wages are one of the biggest expenditures of a business, so they will be saving a lot of money and they will be making a lot of money. But if they don't have any consumers to buy their products, then they will go out of business. So um, they will have to pay a lot of tax to the government, and the government will have to implement UBIs so that people get paid, and then people can go out and buy the products from these companies. That's the only way it's going to work. Otherwise, there's going to be chaos in society. There will be a lot of crazy people, because if the robots are taking jobs, people will start having very bad intentions towards the robots. So that's where there has to be a lot of careful thought and preparation for the coming future. So let's explore like 10 things that AGI can bring, or will bring to the world. So AGI probably will replace a lot of jobs and transform industries. There's a lot of talk of this fourth industrial revolution, which I think AGI and ASI even play a major role in. We have to think about the ethical and moral considerations with these technologies. AGI obviously is done by machine learning, and machine learning has algorithms, and algorithms are basically lines of code done by humans, and eventually the machine starts learning by itself. And if moral values, human values, are not considered in these algorithms, then the machine is just gonna go crazy and find the quickest or the most easiest solution, which could be harmful to human societies and civilizations. So that needs to be a careful consideration. The impact on privacy and surveillance. AI technology will be vastly superior to any human who can snoop on people. It will be able to snoop and mess around with people's lives by the nature of its capabilities. So there needs to be safeguards to give people rights over their data, and prevent intrusions into their basic human rights and civil liberties. Also, the potential for autonomous weapons. We have already seen what's happening in places like Ukraine and recently India and Pakistan conflict, where drones have been used. Soon these drones will be fitted with AI technologies, because there's no treaties signed by any governments to prevent these things. Humanity has to come together and start really thinking about, do we want to live in a world where a stupid little drone can just come along and take people out? Because that technology is there, and it needs to be curtailed and prevent this kind of thing going on. It's not humane or ethical and also legally. How can a AI be held responsible for causing chaos and mayhem on populations if it's autonomously controlled and it doesn't have human oversight? So there needs to be thought over there as well.